Do you think after doing that and sending these people away, your government is going to come and say, hey, take jobs, these are jobs for you, take jobs? Is it really how it's going to work like? It is not going to work like. Violence has never ever solved the problem. Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Titus, and today we are going to be talking about something that starts right from the roots of Africa. If you have already subscribed, thank you. If you have not subscribed, then hit the subscribe button down there below to get into this channel. I'm sure most of you have seen on social media the information that is circulating about the xenophobia going on in South Africa. This is something that was abolished some years ago, but then it's coming back. But I have a few questions for you, South African men and women. How do you pick up a match and some fuel and you conveniently put another human being on fire, another African on fire, the same person as you on fire? How do you actually do that? How do you take, what courage do you really conceive to do that kind of an act? And then you give your reasons as this: they have come and gotten your jobs. Isn't that the most lazy excuse that you could ever give? Isn't that the most I would say stupid excuse that you could ever give? They are in your country, that's true, and they're getting more jobs than you, that's true. The thing is this: go to vocational schools, go to training centers, get education, get skills, get knowledge, get professional experience, and get a job. You're not going to sit back at home and expect someone to come into your house and give you a job, or expect a foreigner who is hustling, who is working hard, to come into your country, get a job, and then just go one day to leave the job to you because you're a South African citizen. I don't think that makes any form of sense to me. You complain every day that they have come and they have taken your jobs and they have left you jobless, and you don't have a means to feed your children and your family. How do you say that when you have hands? How do you say that when there are vocational institutes in South Africa? I know South Africa is one of the countries in Africa where the development is almost at the peak. I know South Africa as a respectable nation in the whole of Africa. I know South Africa as a well-built nation in the whole of Africa. And how do you, in such a nation with such opportunities, put on another human being on fire because they took your jobs? To me, that simply makes no sense. And coming out to this is what Nelson Mandela spent 27 years of his life in prison fighting for. Rolihlahla Mandela spent 27 years of his life. That's longer than some people live on earth. He spent all that time in jail fighting against xenophobia, fighting against something in South Africa, trying to unite the people of South Africa, trying to bring peace and harmony and unity amongst the blacks, amongst the whites, amongst the Indians, amongst the Chinese, and all the various groups of people that are still in Africa. And just he dies, and in a few years later, I think that's about 2 years, the thing comes up again. How do you expect Nelson Mandela to feel at this moment? How do you expect Nelson Mandela to carry on with his eternal post-human life at this moment? I don't know what they call it. With his post-human life at this moment. This is a cause that he had fought for, he had gone to jail for, and you guys are simply bringing it back. How do you expect this guy to feel at this moment? Go to vocational schools and get skills. Go to training institutions and get the required knowledge that you need to be able to get a job in your country. Nobody is going to give you a job. Foreigners are hustlers. They left from the country because of a reason. They want to work harder. They want to go where there are more opportunities. And the opportunities are in your nation, and you are supposed to take use of those opportunities, but you are not. You are simply not doing it. I saw a post on Instagram that said that the average South African man is an illiterate. I'm not trying to be any form of racist or questioning the being of your existence, but think about this: how many of you actually study to get jobs? Nobody's going to give you jobs. Foreigners are going to come and take those jobs for a lesser pay, and they are going to do it. It's all left to you now to go and work hard and get those jobs. Nobody's going to give you those jobs. And now another question comes to me. What is the South African government doing about this? What concrete action has the South African government done? What concrete step has the South African government taken to fight against something like this? To fight against xenophobia, something that is at the neck, is at our necks. Posting information on social media and saying no to xenophobia and saying people should put down the machetes and whatever, nothing is going to. People are going to be killed almost every day. Property is going to be destroyed. People's lives are going to be wasted every day on the street because of such an activity. You can't just say no to xenophobia. What parliamentary meetings have been organized and processed to address such an issue? Are there any formal bodies that have been put in place to take note of this issue? Sending out the military to just go and fire some rounds into the air and come back is not going to solve the problem. It is not going to solve the problem. It is concrete action that is going to solve the problem. Concrete steps are going to be followed to solve such a problem. I still come back to this again. Nelson Mandela. This guy was a hero in Africa and he fought for this cause, and he's just simply coming back. If it was maybe the South Africans killing, let's say, Americans, or the white color, or maybe the Indians, or some Chinese, I would say maybe it's some form of racism. Maybe you're killing the foreigners to send them back out of your country. Let's say so. Maybe that could be some form of racism, and maybe that one is even to an extent maybe it's understood. But you are an African, a native African, and you pick up fire and you're putting another native African's body in flames. You're setting him up in flames. You burn their cars, you burn their homes, you destroy their families. What do you think? Do you think what you're doing is actually going to stop the problem? Is it going to solve any problem? Do you think after doing that and sending these people away, your government is going to come and say, hey, take jobs, these are jobs for you, take jobs? Is it really how it's going to work like? It is not going to work like. Violence has never ever solved the problem. Refrain back and ask yourself these questions. How is the action that I'm taking? How is this the procedure of things that I'm doing, going out on the street every day and being violent against these people? How is it ever going to solve the problem? How am I ever going to get a job with such violence? Is that possible? Maybe I've not really understood the full scope of this problem, but just the fact that you pick up a weapon and use against your fellow African is already something that should not be explained. There should be no reason for that. I don't see any reason why an African should fight against another African to the point of killing him, humiliating them in public, and we are supposed to stand for each other. We are supposed to support each other to grow as an African continent. We are supposed to be there for each other when we are weak. We are supposed to be there to act as supporting forces to each other. We instead try to act in selfish ways. South Africa, stop the xenophobia. Stop the killings of your fellow Africans. Let us live in peace and let us live in harmony, because it's only through this that Africa can go as a continent. It's only through this that Africa can go as a continent. I'm going to put a video of these killings at the end of this footage. Maybe you might be able to check it out, because when I watched it, I just could not stay. Given how much violence and how much hatred was portrayed in that video. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you're not already a member of this channel, please hit the red subscribe button below to subscribe. And if you love this video, at least you have some things to say that you are passionate about, in this case, you should drop them in the comment section below, and we are always going to check them out as usual to see what ideas you have and how we can really better something like this, because the fate of Africa lies in our hands. The fate of Africa lies in our capabilities. We cannot just sit around and watch things escalate. We have to take some action about them. Thank you.